Wilson Seahawks going up against Ryan's Falcons.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Blair Walsh now about ready to get us started. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. On second down, Freeman. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall right around the 31. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now a play fake here on first down. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford, used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, you know, he'd say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. It may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about. These say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad,
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And my goodness, goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry for Thomas Rawls. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And this would have been returned to right around the 38-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15 he goes. That good for 19 on a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman from 4 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished 2nd. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought was going to be the guy. He got hurt early in the year. But they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
And he motions the wide receiver. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 2nd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
On second down, Rawls. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Now it's Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. First down, this is Rawls. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And some room to maneuver. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brooks Reed able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Seattle first. Now a toss. This is Rawls. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. In motion is the tight end, Graham. They go again with Rawls. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
Now Ryan on second down. A left side completion to Jones. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
They go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. They stay on the ground. Rolls again. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
And able to find Graham, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. A 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Third down. Here's Rawls. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, He's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On first down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on fourth and short. Yeah, I know.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 62 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Coleman, the man in motion right. On third down, Ryan. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Play action. It's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught inside the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. They'll run here with Freeman, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Falcons draw a bit closer. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
In motion left is Baldwin. The drive starts with C.J. Prosise. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, how many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Another run, but this time it's Rawls. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard instead. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 54 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll send Baldwin in motion left. Play action. Now Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They run with a power back, Rawls. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. All even. As we get ready to start the 4th. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 34 yards there and a first down.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. Now Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brooks Reed in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front. But then you take and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Offense in a good spot here. 2nd and 2. Freeman again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. They go play action now. Ryan. Flush to his right. Gets it off to Freeman. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt. And so far, it's working for both of them.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. It's Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. The Falcons on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Gabriel, the man in motion. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And that one, it's a minute drill, trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the offense facing a 3rd and 6. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. In motion left is Baldwin. On 3rd down, Procise. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground right at the line of scrimmage. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And who else to make the big play to seal this victory but Richard Sherman?
He does have an exquisite sense of timing, doesn't he? He loves the spotlight, loves the big stage. Really feels no pressure when there's a big play that needs to happen, and he just did another one right there. Remember when he knocked one away to seal an NFC Championship game against San Francisco? And that was really kind of the big arrival on stage for the rest of the world, was that play in that game for Richard Sherman.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.